So it's been 3 years ever since I had my own gaming PC. So long story short, I started college and kind of sold my PC. So over the last couple of years, I've been on my gaming laptop, by the way. So this is my gaming laptop. It's pretty chunky. It's like an old LG, whatever. I've been doing some content creation, just some faceless channels, and I've been thinking of upgrading. So I'm gonna go one by one, just go through with them, and yeah. So this is pretty much the main reason. It's been quite a while ever since I stepped on the PC market. So a lot has changed right now, and especially with the crisis of RAM being so expensive. And over the last couple of years in this country, everything went from average to like really expensive, especially in the electronic gaming PC parts. So that's that. So so in a country where the salary is averaging from $8 to $12 per day, so region is very difficult to go way over the fresh limit of just around $200 to $250. But anyways, just in contrast, with the budget 2 to 3 years ago, I could have put a decent $200 gaming PC, which is way more higher spec than what I have right now. But we do what we can on what we have right now. So pricey right now. We got this from the used market from another island. So this came in clutch because I paid around $22 for this. We have a major hurdle from attaining our 8K VR hentai gaming PC, if you know what I mean. Okay, so before I start going over the baseline for our parts, I just want to say disclaimer, these parts have been collected over for the last couple of years. I would say it took me the duration of a year before I have all of these parts combined right now. So it wasn't really that hard to get the parts. Although we did experience some major hurdles, like one of the CPUs and board that I ordered wasn't working, or it was dead. So yeah, I had to like wait for another 2 to 3 weeks before it got here, and then I could have tested it. I did get the monitor from FB Marketplace. That was the thing, and it wouldn't make sense for me to get the other parts that were available locally because it wasn't really viable, since I'm gonna be traveling like 2 to 3 hours just to get the parts when I could have it shipped. So we will save some time and convenience. Starting off our monitor, so this is the Envision 75Hz 21.5 inch, I believe. There we go. Oh yeah, this is the 21.5 LED monitor. So we got this for a deal actually. So I messaged a guy like an hour away from me, and the case. So I wanted to start it up with the case. Right now I can't have it. This has a tempered glass side panel, so I'm gonna show you later in the finished build. But this costed me 1,400 pesos, which is around, I would say you can just conversion to $20 or $24, I believe. So this is one of the few key components that I got for this PC build, which is took a year just to get the parts. Anyway, the power supply. So the power supply is already like here. I don't know what kind of brand I got. I believe I got a 650 watts. I think it was just a Chinese knockoff. It was bronze rated anyway, so it didn't make sense for me to like get the high end. I know you shouldn't chip out on power supplies, but like this is pretty cheap and good enough, and I think it's certified enough just to work on our PC, because this doesn't even consume like more than 400 watts combined. So that's that. So next up is our SSD. So for the SSD, I already have this off of my old gaming PC, which I kept, by the way, for this last couple of years. So we have the Kingston 120 gig SSD. Just for our OS, I already have 2 drives up, and I'm only gonna edit and store videos and images anyways, and just play some games. So it's that. This is free, by the way, so if we're gonna put a price, $10, I guess. So the next up is our GPU. So the GPU, I actually had a lot of time to think about this. So browsing the marketplace, I saw an RX. Was between the RX 480 and the RX 570. So those two were the 4 gig, and the RX 480 was the 8 gig, I believe. But it had some hiccups. It only had HDMI, so I didn't like having just one port available because that might fail. And also these cards are pretty much just years old now, and there's literally, I think they stopped supporting driver support on this. So let's put a disclaimer up here. So we picked the RX 580. So this one cost me around 60. I think it was, I believe it's around $60 to $70. So this is the 4 gig version. Now 4 gig for 2026 is probably not enough for AAA titles, but I'm gonna be just playing Apex, Minecraft, and then just editing. I think so. For the CPU cooler, I just bought some random CPU cooler that supports AM4. To be honest, this doesn't really cost much. I believe it was $4, so it's good enough. This was the same price as the stock cooler, so I don't think buying a stock CPU cooler is better than this, because this has like heat pipes and everything. So it also is small enough to fit in our case. So that's that. Although we don't have RGB control, but I don't really like RGB much. Just next up is our RAM. So this has a story. I was browsing at 12 midnight and trying to find RAM because I couldn't find some decent RAM, but this one popped up just an hour duration, and the moment I bought this, it cost me $23, and when I actually put it in my cart, it was immediately sold out when I bought it. So this came from Visayas, I think. So yeah, Lapu-Lapu. So this is pretty far. I waited for like a week or so for this RAM. So a disclaimer, I know Ryzen likes really fast RAM or frequency. This is only 2000 megahertz, so that's gonna affect our performance. But with the RAM prices right now, it's just good enough, I believe. B450 motherboard, but the seller sent me a non-working one. No, it worked for like a day or like a few hours. Then when I updated the drivers on the audio and restarted, it stopped working. So I don't know what happened. I tried messaging the seller. I just got in. So in the end, I just got a refund for that. So I just went with the Isurix. This is the Isurix, by the way. So just cheap A320M motherboard. Could have bought the A520, but I'm on Ryzen 5 2600X. So this is good enough, and it's brand new. Got 2 years warranty, and I didn't want to risk buying another used board because they might fail, and this is good enough for the main PC. So next up is our CPU. So for the CPU, I don't know if you guys can see, but this is the Ryzen 5 2600. So this the Ryzen 5 2600X. I could have gone for the 3600, much more better architecture, but this was on sale for $40. So no, I believe it was $35, and for 6 cores. So I was picking between the Ryzen 7 1700X or the Ryzen 5 1600X. But also disclaimer, I bought a 1600X, didn't work. It stopped working also. So both the first two motherboard, the B350 and the Ryzen 5 1600X, this was a gift from my girlfriend. So you got it here. Thank you, by the way. So we have the mechanical keyboard. I believe this was, yeah, this is from Furycube. So this is one of those Asian Chinese brand markets. So the mechanical keyboard is actually pretty legit. They have decent keys, good. This is enough extra space for my workload. So I don't mind having no number keypads here. I only use this anyway, and it's for gaming, for comfort, and space. Because I recently had a room built, and I'm gonna put my game PC there. So the room you're currently seeing is I'm gonna be moving out and then transporting all of this. So that's why we're building all of this, and yeah, shipping it all out. I believe I went through all of the parts right now, so yeah, let's just build a gaming PC. So just a quick time lapse of me just building a gaming PC. So this is nothing new, just let's just put all of the parts while they're still not in the case. So our CPU right here, hooked in, and then I'm gonna turn this around, and then our RAM. So just quick notice, I'm just gonna repaste this because the temps are probably gonna be bad if I don't, because they're using this some generic Chinese so we have everything set up here right now, and what we're gonna do is power it up. So yeah, it's the PC and show button, turn on. Wow. Be right back. Hold on, I'm having some trouble with Microsoft. Yeah, this is a bit of a bummer. So right now we're just currently setting up Microsoft because apparently changed my